Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for your questions. We sometimes say nothing needs to change. Nothing needs to change for clarity to be as it is. Nothing needs to change for clarity intelligence to be as it is. Everything is pervaded by clarity intelligence. As clarity intelligence becomes prioritized within our own makeup, then we find indeed that our behaviors do change and our behaviors become much more skillful. Our conduct is organic, and we find that where we had mental and emotional instability, we now have mental and emotional stability. Where we had trouble making decisions and such, now we have profound insight into the nature of existence as well as into the specific area where we need to make a decision. We find that where we had almost a constant dilemma about moral and ethical issues, we now find spontaneous morality and ethics that require no guidebook or effort. And we find ourselves generally skillful, even able to intend something beneficial and then have it occur exactly as we intended, or to work out even better. So actually, the content of our behavior can change a great deal as it becomes increasingly skillful. The term nothing needs to change applies to the general nature of things. The essential nature of things is that everything is as it is, and nothing needs to change in order for everything to be as it is. Clarity is as it is, regardless of what is occurring. I see some other questions here, and many of these questions are questions that are easily answered in the practice of clarity. In the practice of clarity, which is the practice of short moments of clarity repeated many times until clarity becomes obvious, first there must be the introduction to clarity. Second, there must be a 100% commitment to clarity. And then thirdly, with the introduction and the 100% commitment, assurance in clarity grows. There are many habits we might have, habits of mind, impulses, compulsions, obsessions. Maybe we have a certain reactivity level where we always react in a certain way to buttons that are pushed within us. And I see here in the questions, one of these buttons is impatience. Someone is impatient and wants to continuously recognize clarity while being impatient. And this is simply a matter of persevering in clarity, prioritizing clarity at all times until clarity is obvious in the shining forth of impatience. Because you see, clarity already is the entire nature of the impatience. So it's simply a matter of recognizing that it is present in the shining forth of the impatience. Impatience is another name for clarity. This would be another way to look at it. Now, the mental and sensory gyrations that go on with impatience, they are spontaneous occurrences. And so you see, the only way to go beyond impatience altogether is to get to this point where clarity pervades impatience to the point of outshining. outshining the impatience itself to the point where the impatience is not noticed at all. The impatience is no longer an object of notice. The impatience is no longer in the foreground. It is clarity alone that is obvious. This is a matter of perseverance in the practice, which has great rewards. For example, with the outshining of impatience, there will be a whole variety of other points of view that will be outshone through the very same dedication of yourself to your clarity identity, rather than to your pre-packaged Kellogg cornflakes identity. I see a question here concerning environmental and ethical choices, and wanting us to speak about environmental and ethical choices. These choices, of course, are of a wide range, and we really don't even know the reach and range of our aptitudes for environmental and ethical choices without clarity. We must have clarity first and foremost in order to make good environmental and ethical choices. And of course, these two go together. In order to have good environmental choices, we will need to have excellent ethical choices. We'll need to see how to provide for everyone and not objectify anything, like not objectify the earth as though it's a place for us to rip off for our human needs, and instead to see ourselves as interconnected with the earth, interactive with the earth, engaged in mutual responsibility together. The earth provides very well for our occupancy, and the least we can do is provide in return actions of thanksgiving for allowing us to occupy such a beautiful, wondrous planet. By the power of clarity, we come into a very natural relationship with our surroundings, one that is much more interactive and interconnected rather than one made of subjects and objects. We no longer objectify things. We see that they're seamless, indivisible, that everything is spontaneously present together, and invisible, indivisible, in a way that we had never considered before. And this is true too when we consider our bodies. Our bodies in everyday life now include our bodies in Second Life. Our bodies in Second Life are not that much different than our bodies in everyday life. In everyday life, our bodies are made of subatomic particles, and in Second Life, our bodies are made of subatomic particles. So what's the difference? When it gets right down to it, we see that we are linked. We are linked together by an indivisible intelligence, and it is the intelligence of nature. And so we've decided upon a term for that intelligence of nature, to call it clarity, because it is the illuminative factor that lights up the profound insight into the nature of things.